What's up, homies? Op Soldier here. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, Frost. Okay, let's quickly explain Frost. I'm gonna try to do this in under 10 minutes. Alright, so, first is pokes. This poke right here is a poke you're gonna be dealing with a lot. That poke is pretty safe, but, if Frost hits you from this range, you can just backdash. You can't do anything. You could literally just backdash out of it. So don't, like, she has to hit you from here to jail you. And even then it's kind of finicky. So yeah. So that's the first thing. Down 4 is their best poke. But from max range it doesn't do anything. And then the other thing too is her down 1's pretty plus. It can jail into pretty much anything. Her stand 1 can also jail into her down. Hold on. Okay. It can also jail into her basically any button that's not like really slow, it's gonna jail into. That was unofficial as hell. But anyway, and then her best string is back 1. This string resets neutral. It also leads to all of her combos. It, you know, resets it at -7, so you can take your turn back with a high, or with a quick advancing mid. You can take your turn back. And then this is where it gets finicky. So I've had a lot of people tell me you can what? I'm gonna have to redo this video. I really don't want to. There we go. I've had a lot of people say, like, you know, Frost strings are mostly unsafe. That's not necessarily true, because you have to guess between Augur and Amped Augur. So here, if she does Amped Augur, you have to respect it. And if you mash, you'll get hit by the second Augur trying to mash. Now some characters can duck it. This is where it gets really important to know this. There's 3 characters in the game that can duck it and straight up punish it. So one of them is Johnny on the screen. Yeah, so he can straight up duck it. It goes under him, or over him. See, it goes under his hurt box, or over his hurt box, excuse me. So you can do whatever you want. Oops, I'll try it again. Other characters that can duck it are Joker, Melina, and yeah, that's it. Joker, Melina, and Johnny can duck it. So that's not a real mind game on a character like Johnny. It's gonna go straight over his head. Other characters, they have to respect it. So let me just show you really quick. This is like the main thing that you need to know. There's like other characters that have to respect it. Katana is a really good example of having to respect it, because Katana has her hurt box is a fan, like literally fans. It's part of her hurt box. Well, kind of. It's kind of part of her hurt box, but like, see, she's got fans there, so she ends up blocking the whole thing, and I'll get hit. So that's -4. Anytime they go into Augur, it's -4. Now, there are some strings that are fake off Augur. So 1, 3, that's fake. You can false block that, because the first hit whiffs. I'm sorry. Yeah, so you can do something like that. Sorry, I haven't played this game in a minute. Also, this has a gap. So that's the false block gap. That's plus. If you block it though, it's +3. This also has a gap. Oh shit. Okay. Let's try the late false block. That's too early. No, I guess that doesn't work, but some characters it will. Sometimes you can delay the flawless block and punish. I kind of find that funny that I'm still doing the OS. But anyway, so that's her Augur mind game stuff. Down 4 Augur is like super powerful. One of her other main strings is this one right here. It's really slow. Like it's like 19 frames. It's really slow, but this is a true block string. This has a gap. So if they do that on you to like try to whiff punish you, that has a gap. You have to flawless block it though. So that's -5 even for flawless block. So you might see a lot of Frost players throw that out once you have no meter, or at least good ones. And they can plug the gap with Augur, or they can plug it with like the advancing Augur, whatever variation they're running. All right, so what else? Augur, we've talked about Augur. Augur's really powerful in neutral. You have to respect it. If you can't jump, you'll get anti-aired by it, and you'll get anti-aired by something else. So one of Frost's main issues is she's got 2 big issues. The first one is her moves are really slow, aside from back 1. The other issue is that her anti-air, or not her anti-air, her zoning is not real. So unless she's using head is a mid. It hits mid. Everything else is fake. So if I'm Frost and I'm zoning you out like this, you can just duck it. You can actually duck and walk like each individual one if you're good enough. So you can like literally walk it. And you know, Liu Kang can fly kick punish that easily. Katana might even be able to throw a fan. And if she amps it, that doesn't matter either, because if she amps it, you can flawless block the amp, or you can jump over the amp. Katana might not be as blessed because her foot sticks out, but other characters can duck. There you go. So you could literally jump over it. Yeah, like you can jump over and punish it. I've seen Cabal players leap and do this. Or you can false block it if you're not as savvy. Hold on. Yeah, and you take like no chip, so Frost just wastes her meter. Now her other really powerful move is this move. This is what invalidates Jade's zoning. It's considered a physical projectile, or a physical move. So like you can't use glow or smoke parry or anything that's gonna knock you out of that. So this helps Frost deal with Shang and Jade, but it's a high. Has fast recovery, but it's a high, so you can duck it. There is a weird interaction here where when she back throws you, she can actually do this as a meaty, I think, or maybe it's forward throw. Yeah, like kind of. She can kind of do it like a meaty. I don't know if it's exact, but it doesn't really matter because you could just duck on wake up and it woofs because you can't do a high as a meaty. So there you go. All right, so darn, I'm almost over time, but it's fine. Zoning. So we talked about zoning. Just duck walker zoning. The zoning goes over your head. It's a high. She's not a good zoner unless she's mid-screen, throwing out pokes. Her strike throw. Do we want to talk about anti? Yeah. Okay. Strike throw. So strike throw is literally a guess between back 1 and throw. She's got a crushing blow on both sides. So if you guess wrong, you will get crushing blowed on both sides. Well, on one of the both sides. So that's very good for round or game ends. She's got an 11 frame mid, so you can't, in theory, duck OS her because her throw comes out in 10 frames and her back one comes out in 11 frames. So that's a 1 frame difference. So you've got to do a 1 frame like duck OS. So you're probably going to get hit more often than not because she can delay her mid when you're trying to duck OS or do the mid as quickly as possible. So that's a mind game. But she throws you full screen, so just take the throw. Like her zoning is bad. She has to get in on characters like Liu Kang. So yeah, see her throw you full screen. And in the corner, definitely take the throw, especially if she's gonna back 3. So we talked about strike throw, anti-air. So one of the main reasons Frost is actually very powerful, in my personal opinion, is just simply because her anti-air. So normally against a character with slow normals, you would hold up, because like you could just hold up against characters with slow normals, because they literally will be moving by the time you hold up on their strings. That's just how MK works. But the thing is, that doesn't really matter against Frost, because if you hold up, she anti-airs you. So a good Frost player is going to play neutral and then anti-air when you jump, so you end up respecting their mids anyway. That's kind of how it works with her. So like when you jump, yeah, she'll anti-air you every time, unless you're Cabal. There are some characters in this game that anti-airing doesn't work with Frost. So Cabal is one of them. Slight Gas Cabal, you cannot anti-air Slight Gas Cabal. Regular Cabal gets shit on by Frost, excuse my language. He gets shit on. That buzzsaw doesn't mean shit. I'm still gonna anti-air you every time. Katana gets anti-aired. Like any character, Shane gets anti-aired. Like any character with a ridiculous jump in is still gonna get anti-aired. You have to have something that like alters your move and gives you a full combo punish. So if you're playing someone like Garrus or someone like Katana, you're gonna have to stop jumping. So that's a huge component of Frost, because she gets about 23% every single time she anti-airs you into the corner carry. And corner is where she wins. Yeah, and corner, she gets you in the corner. That's plus 50, by the way. That spin is plus 50. Yeah, it's like plus 50. It pushes you really far away. And it's plus 50. Okay, so last thing, let's go over strings one more time. So there are a few false block daps I missed. This has a false block dap. And that's punishable as hell. And then I think that's all her big false block gaps. All right, and then also, you don't want to get cornered by Frost, because Frost has some of the best corner pressure, really similar to Joker. So, for example, you can't really do anything right here. A lot of characters can't really do anything right here, because she can harass you with a poke, and you can't backdash anymore. So there's nowhere to go, which means she can jail you with her 11 frame mid. So this is a very good spot for Frost to be at all times. And you need to be careful against a Frost player that's using microburst, because they can just jump and put you right back in the corner. And now you're in the corner. Frost gets some really good unbreakable damage too, as you saw there. That was like 139 unbreakable. Even if you break, it doesn't matter. Frost is plus, she can down one you. She can also do her head. So she can do her head instead of her launcher in the corner. So don't break in the corner. There's literally no reason to break in the corner, because you're just gonna break and she's gonna do head, and head launches you. Mid screen, I think it's a little bit more of a guess. She gets a little bit less damage, but she can also do it mid screen. So she's got a good armor breaker. Don't let people tell you otherwise. Yeah, so she could do a mid screen too. So it's a risk. But the thing is, she gets little to no damage if you don't break. So if you don't break, she doesn't get that much damage. So I don't know, against characters, like, in my personal opinion, against characters that have good armor breakers, I don't break. I just use my meter elsewhere. It doesn't make sense to me to break, but I know some people want to. But yeah, 247. So she gets about 25% unbreakable damage no matter what. And when you break, she's plus anyway, so it doesn't matter. Sometimes I won't even use the armor breaker because I'm already plus, so it's whatever. But all right, so last three things. So pressuring Frost. Frost has some of the worst wake ups in the game. She's got literally some of the worst wake ups. Alright, so that's really slow. Oops. That's minus as hell. That's minus 11. You saw that? That's minus 11. So you can punish that. Normally when Frost is doing it though, she's really far away, so it's harder to punish. That's why you don't see it punished often, but it can be punished by a 7 or 8 frame jab. So she's got some of the worst defensive options in the game. It's one of the main reasons my defense was so good at the end of the game. But yeah, she shares that with Melina. Like, she can't really use wake up 3 and up 2 that often because it doesn't work with her game plan. So definitely pressure her a lot, because if they're using meter, that's another thing. She requires meter to launch you unless she's punishing you, because this is like 16 frames. Definitely like try to get her off her meter when she uses wake up attacks. So that's what I would say about that. And obviously universal rolls are broken, so that is what it is. And then finally, dive kick and pressure game. So dive kick is really safe if the player is good. This is only -4, or it's -5, but you can get it to be like -4. So yeah, or it could, -7 is like the worst case scenario. But if a Frost player is doing that, that's punishable. If it's above your waist, it's punishable, if I remember correctly. Yeah. But if it's below, like where your knees are, or your feet, it's not punishable. So that's, just use that as a visual cue. Finally, last thing we're going to talk about is damage game. Really, to be honest with you, the two things that I think make Frost really good is her damage game, is her corner game, and her ability to just play really good neutral against characters that are plain. So basically what that means is, like, characters that are playing MK11, Frost actually does very, very well. Characters that aren't playing MK11 and are playing their own version of the game, Frost does very terrible. So for example, she does horrible against Jackie, she does horrible against Cetrion, she does horrible against Fujin, she does horrible against Cabal. The main reason why she does so bad against these characters is because they're not playing MK11 neutral, and she is. She's actually one of the best characters that play MK11 neutral. If you play Frost properly, Frost will, like, literally beat almost everyone in the game, just simply based off the fact that her goal is literally just put them in the corner and kill them. That's it. Like you just put them in the corner and they die because they can't do anything. They have to hold block, and like you're just doing a bunch of chip. Like, see, like they can't do anything about these normals. You're too far away. Characters like Aaron literally cannot do anything. He goes to do a string, I can just walk back with punish it. He goes to jump, I anti-air with down 3. Like, he literally cannot do anything. And then if he tries to do scud shot, I just jump in, I get full combo punish. So yeah, like, he can't do anything. Or I down 4 him, whatever. So Frost is very good at playing good MK11 neutral. So if you want to beat Frost the easy way without having to learn all of her strings and everything I told you right now, you need to play a character that doesn't play the game that the way it was intended. So like, for example, Cabal, I think we talked about this in the Discord. Cabal, you don't want to play Cabal, because if you play Cabal, or you want to play Cabal, and you're going to play Air Gas, because if you play Air Gas, Cabal's no longer playing MK11. He's playing his own version of the game. He's anime air dashing all over the freaking screen. Frost can't deal with that because, like, her anti-air is meant for, like, actual anti-airing. Like, it's meant for, like, normal anti-airs. It's not an invincible DP. You know, it's meant to anti-air people just jumping at you normally. So she's going to do well against characters like Liu Kang. I think she does well against Liu Kang. She's going to do well against characters like Noob Saibot. Like, any character that likes playing MK11, like, that she can whiff punish and anti-air. That's pretty much the basis of Frost. Like, there's not really much else. Everything else is really string related, really. I guess you can duck this. You can duck that while blocking too, so you could just down 2 KB her. So this move is trash. There are some strings where you can duck her auger. I don't remember all of them, but there are some. You're just gonna have to lab those, because I'm not gonna really go over all of them. I think... There we go, yeah. So you can duck one in certain situations. Like that one will launch, but in certain ranges you can duck it, because I've seen Poof do it. It depends on the character too, again. Like, characters like Johnny can just straight up duck it. Same thing with Joker. Like this one you can duck. Yeah, see, because it's fake. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, you could probably jab punish that. Yeah, see. But I mean, good Frost players are just gonna, like, you're already looking for it, so, like, they're just gonna do this and then, like, backdash and the back one. Like, they're just gonna do a bunch of shit. So, anyway, that's everything about Frost. There's not really much else. The other thing is Crown. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know too much about Crown. The only thing I know is that, like, when they do that mind game where you have to guess between Crown or the down one, you want to hold up. That's about the only thing I know. And I know, like, certain wake up attacks don't work against Crown. And then also remember, if they're using Crown, they have to choose between Augur or Microburst. If they choose Microburst, they get more damage into setups. But if they choose Augur, that means that they can't switch corners. Which means that when you get cornered, you can easily get out of the corner. Because they can't, like, if you throw them, they're no longer able to get you into the same corner. They can't use Microburst, right? So you're able to carry them back, you know, carry them, or put them in the corner, and then, like, now they have to, like, carry you all the way to the other corner. So keep that in mind. And then there's Advancing Augur, I guess, but the Advancing Augur is trash. Doesn't really do anything. It's just a, like, really slow square wave, you know, slide like move that's not a low. So yeah, anyway, oh, Fatal Blow, I guess. Fatal Blow, you could duck her Fatal Blow. It hits high, or does it hit high? I can't remember. I think it hits high. Yeah, it hits high, so you could duck it and punish it, or teleport. And yeah, it's active as hell too. So you're gonna have to, yeah, see, it's really active, so you gotta be careful. Yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much everything about Frost. If there's anything I missed, any questions you have, just feel free to ask them in the Discord. Anyway, I'm done. I went way over time. See you guys later.